Good morning and welcome back to another episode on the Coin Kings channel. I am your host, Down to Crypto TA. Now we're in the zone where I'm looking for Bitcoin to get a little bit of a bounce here. It could actually be this area right where we're at right now. I do want to see a reclaim back above this line here, just to be sure. Given that this candle right here is a pretty large candle right there, we're inside right now, inside bar at the moment, but if we do, may not be this candle itself. It could be the next candle that opens that closes above this candle that we're putting in right now. But this is what I'm looking for. So this just might be it. We're not looking too good this morning, though. I will tell you that we're not really looking too good this morning. And if for some reason, let's just say we start to roll over a little bit more in here, which we're going to get pretty extended or relatively weak here on the RSI, I will be looking for this area right here for the liquidity that's here. Like, it was a pretty significant liquidity area yesterday when I initially looked at it. It doesn't appear to be the same today, but we can see if we don't get this reclaim right here, then like I said, I would be looking for us to come down a little bit more, but could be getting this reclaim right now for another attempt at going a little bit higher, maybe taking out this high right here. This was crazy right here last night. I did not short this last night. I posted when we got here that I closed out my long position from here, from this area in here. I actually entered on this candle right here, and I got stopped out because my entry was also my stop loss. I got stopped out there when this candle right here came down because, like I said, I entered as soon as we got above this candle right here, so I had to re-enter. I didn't enter immediately when this happened. I needed to really be sure that it wasn't going to try to go back against me, because when I entered about the fact that this, if it was going to bounce, it was going to bounce from here, and I waited for my confirmation for me to say go ahead and get in. I just needed to be sure because I talked about the resistance that was in here, and we were rolling over right before we even pushed into that area. So I did re-enter, and I made money up through here, up into the point where we took the liquidity from this high here, and then I closed it out, and we were pretty extra. You can see what that reads, 76.8, 76.10, and I think it was a bit higher, like 78 something. And so I kind of figured we were going to go lower from there, but I did not take the opportunity to take the short. That was my bedtime. I was really tired then, and I didn't want to sleep through the trade, so I just didn't take one. So new long, I took the short over here as well. I posted that also on the short, and I did highlight that they were trying to squeeze price. You can see how we were coming down through here, putting in lower lows in the RSI, but a higher low here in price action. And so that was bullish divvies, because remember, your bull divs come from the lows. So it kept grinding price a little bit higher to take out each point in here. But I did maintain that short. Like I said to you yesterday when it was in here, I said you might, be in a little bit of, be a little out of the money if you go ahead and take the short, but it was still a short worth taking because we had bearish divergence across multiple time frames. 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, all had the bear divs coming through here. So it was still worth it. And so I did take that short down through there. Okay, so we are getting the push above right here. That is great. That is great. We still got a few minutes left on this candle, so hopefully it doesn't, go crazy right here. But this is just simply tapping back into, I believe it's the golden pocket on this box right here. It's just simply tapping back into the golden pocket. I'm just keeping this in here because it's still valuable. At the moment, it's still valuable. 1 hour suggests that we're just chopping this area in here sideways. Could just be a bunch of pre-market noise at the moment, and then we'll see how Tuesday actually goes, if we're going to roll over today or if we're going to perform a little bit better. As far as the daily time frame is concerned, we're still at the same place, where it reads about a day or two. Uh, the Yeah, about a day or two from confirmation on potential potentially more upside. Doesn't mean that we don't put in a lower high. It's just, a bigger swing, say a swing trade there off of the daily time frame. 4 hour is resting at this drop right here. 4 hour did hit some pretty significant support that we needed to hold. So just always trying to wait for that confirmation, or at least give it, we can front run confirmations, but I try to do my best for you. I will try to do my best for you. So I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. You did have a chance at three. Well, I know I highlighted two, but I did not. I didn't say anything about taking a short here. Just I'm closing out my long right here. That was it. I'm done at that point. Just done. But great short for anybody who caught that last night. That is also going to be a previous day high there. And then we just dropped below our previous day low here. So yesterday was my birthday, and good day. It was a good day. YouTube was having some sort of a glitch yesterday with streaming data. I was seeing it yesterday. I really wasn't catching on to it, and then I was like, everybody is just so sick of crypto, so sick of the markets altogether. And I'm pretty sure everybody still is, because it has been a chop fest, and the swings have been a little, positions we've been able to play haven't been too much. It's looking pretty decent, looking really decent, as we have, like I said, I just wanted to see us reclaim back above here. You could choose to assume that this entry is safe now. We got about a minute left on it, so you can assume that the long entry is safe here. I don't need that. It's a distraction for me. But you can assume that the long entry is safe now with stop loss below low right here. Stop loss below low. Or you may choose to wait for the next candle to open and push above this one. I will tell you, unfortunately, this is not an SFP of the low, because we closed below that. Literally closed below the previous day low on the 15-minute time frame, instead of leaving a wick below here. So you have to make sure you know that little small detail. Okie dokie. This is the test. This is the testament of whether or not this is going to be a decent long position. I am in this thing. I am in it. Mm-mm. The only thing from this point is how far we're going to get since we did close below that low. So let's just go ahead and draw a fib on here. I was going to be looking for more. I was going to be looking for price to come up here. But since we closed below here, I don't really know about that. So um, let's focus on trying to get up here to the golden pocket. Let's do that. That might work a lot better. Yeah, that might be what we have to do. Have to focus on just getting here. To take profit. Oh boy. I am tired this morning. I had been sitting here chilling and the time just started moving past me. I realized, oh my gosh, it's 5:59. So then I have to delay the time a little bit just to make sure I got everything. I was ready. I was in a daze looking at the chart and just getting my day started really. Looking at information and the time just started to slip away. Yeah. Forgive me. It's hitting a little resistance right here from this low. That's it. So that's why you're seeing a little reaction right here. A little reaction from this low over here. I actually did this morning before coming on stream. We were here. We were right here at my level. And when we took the liquidity from here, we got the little small reaction. I did attempt a long right there, but obviously it didn't work for me. And that's why this time I was so adamant about waiting until it reclaimed back above it. I mean, we were sitting on it at the time, so it didn't really phase me. Um, Here we were just sitting on top of it. Um, and I was like, "Oh, great, SFP, I'm in." And we pushed up a little bit, and then we, of course, rolled over on that. It's cool. And same thing can happen right here, no doubt about it. And still, even though we claimed up above this, we could still. Sometimes you'll hold up above it and you'll put in divergence. That's the worst. That is the worst. You know, you push above your momentum and then you put in some sort of bull div all the way down or something like that. It's annoying, but in most cases, you know, it doesn't do that. In most cases. I'm so scared it's gonna get nasty today. I'm really afraid it might get nasty today. Let me push through here a little bit. Let's come over here. I'll drop this. Let's take a look. See right here. This is old. Old fib level. That's old. I know that we would be below that if I was using this now. So don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. All right. So yeah, I was looking at this right here. Same situation right in here. So we know that we're not this low in, right? We're not this low. Correct? Correct. We're not this low. But that is where we're at here. So the maths right here. The math doesn't math over here. Doesn't math over here. Now it starts to math if what I was looking for happens, right? With the closure. But if we take the liquidity right here, then the math still won't math right here. Because we would have to close below this low right here. So right now, this makes sense. Makes sense right now. All right. So that's cool. Where is this going? All of this. Me and my yarning. You know what? I didn't have any coffee this morning. That could be it. Not that coffee really wakes me up or anything, because it really doesn't. But it might help to keep me from continuously yapping and yapping here. But yeah, that looks good. That, my friend, this looks fine in here so far. So we'll see what we get. This is around. This is just before we get to that golden pocket. We're gonna get there if we're gonna get there. And it's always an if, right? Always gotta have an if. Always have to. I don't know about you, but I worry more about what I'll lose than what I'll make. Half the battle is won if you do that. All right, so we look pretty decent here on our 1 hour. On our 1 hours, I'm just gonna change this from this line I have in here and put my little funny face in here. Because I prefer my little funny face to be here. Give me that money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Take that away. You can see what I was looking at there. You already know what I was looking at there. Basically divergence trading. I call it momentum trading. And it depends. It depends on if we're reclaiming the area that I can rely on to be that. But it's basically divergence trading, okay? Alright, so that's cool. Oh, still got this looking like this. Oh gosh. I'm gonna take this away. I don't like reviewing that chop. I'm just, oh, hold on. I got more than one in here? Jeez. Hold on. Is that right? I got more than one? Oh, wow. You can tell somebody been duplicating, analysis. I love when I find out that, that, I was looking at something one time, didn't realize I was looking at it the first time, and I look at it again, that means I'm on point. That means I'm on point, but you saw that right there. You saw that trend line that was going through here, the diagonal upwards momentum right here. So like I said, significant point for the 4-hour time frame. It really is because if we're rolling below this on the 4-hour time frame, then it's not so good. Not so good. Not so good if we're doing that. So I'm just gonna delete that, but you did see that. It also lines up with something else in here. Okay. So like I said again, that was that old golden pocket tap right there as well. I got another one in here. Good Lord, how many lines do I have in here? The same line 3 times. I told y'all my computer be shutting down on me, and then I have to go back in, and I have to figure out where my data was, and then all of a sudden, all of my data pops back up. So that's how many times my computer shut down, and I had to go back in and do all of the mapping again, which is very annoying. It's really annoying when you work on your data and then your computer shuts down, and then it disappears, and you have to sit there and go through and try to get everything, and not just for one chart, for many charts. Many charts. I wanna throw this computer away. I never had this problem until I got this computer. Never. This computer is annoying. But, anyway, that low in here, let's take a look at something else in here. There it is. This 50 right here. So this 50 moving average right here is a big deal right here because we're losing this right here. Then we just continue the saga of rolling over in here. And I don't like anything about what's happening in here. I don't like anything at all about what's happening right in there. Uh, Today could be a fun day. It could be a very, very, very fun day today. We didn't get up into this point right here. And I was telling you yesterday, like you could see, clearly see over here when we were talking about the bearish divergence yesterday for this short right here. We weren't nowhere up here. Indicator all up here at the high. Absolutely not. That's why that was a good short, and like I said, you could take it from where it was. It really didn't matter. You sit in a little bit of a losing trade. Hey, Salty! Yes. The green monster. Yeah. Our indicators just was all wacky yesterday. I mean, ain't no way in crap. I'm like, ain't no way we're up here. So you'll be out of money a little bit if you take the trade, but eventually it's gonna run in your favor because there's no way in goodness gracious. And that was something. And then we put in a bear div right here. I didn't draw it out. It was just too many teddy bears on the chart. So we put in the bear div right here. And yeah, on that SFP right there, which I kind of wish I had taken that short right there yesterday, but I needed to go to sleep. I was really tired. Mm. And I slept really good. I didn't get up to worry about what the price action was doing, trying to catch every little high and low. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So same thing is gonna go for the 4-hour time frame. We know that we're going to confirm the breakdown if we're below here. We're just gonna confirm it. That's it. There's no getting around it. We're gonna confirm it if we're below here. If we're not below there, then okay, we might see another little push up here to the upside. But below that point right there, that closure, which is this right no, 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 it's this right here. So below here, below closure, below here, we're just confirming the breakdown. Whichever time frame you want to use is fine. Maybe this one right here works better for you, but below here, we're just confirming the breakdown. And it could be a nasty day today. it could seriously be a nasty day today. Uh-oh, not too far. You see our candle? That little like we it shouldn't be that hard for us to get back above here. It shouldn't be. We're already showing a few signs of weakness in here. I really wish I'd have front ran this move. Well, as soon as it started to come back up that previous day low, I really wish I had a front ran it. I didn't, and that's cool. I'm gonna hold my trade until I see I need to close it. So I mean, and that's just letting you know that I am, I am in the long right here. I am in the long. We'll see how it goes. And just once again, I'm gonna say it just once again, here. I don't know that we'll make a full rotation back here to the high, which is why I drew the fib. And we may be able to just push here into the golden pocket. And the reason I'm saying that is because we closed below this low. Had we just did a liquidity sweep of it, then I would be, hell bent on us coming back up here to take out that liquidity there. But I wouldn't even call that liquidity up there, to be honest. I got a thing up here, but we took that liquidity. Well, we did a sweep on that liquidity. Let me change this to a sweep or swept. But yeah, that does bother me a little bit. That absolutely does bother me a little bit. Um, that we closed below that low right there. Consensus would be now this is a double top. We close below the neckline. All right. Um, let me take off my hopium flippers and get to the CA. Uh, change that. Look here. That would imply that the double top measure move would send us down. Now I can take the wick out. I can take this wick out. I can take this wick out because this wick is liquidity. I'm leaving it in here for now. It's just a liquidity grab. That was it. So that wick really isn't important right there. But I'm going to do it this way. Um, so it would imply that we would get a move down. We would take out this. Like I said, today could get nasty. We could take out that. What would we be? We'll be coming down here towards that 786. That would be our area right down to here. So this would be the measured move. Now, if I take that out, if I take that wick out, and I focus on this one, which this was all cheesy too, to be honest. See, it puts it like this. Now let's take all the wicks out because that I'm having a hard time dealing with the squeeze through here and then the liquidity grab over there. But either way it goes, yeah, it makes more sense. It's actually what I short yesterday. Either way it goes, it would imply that we take that out. And once one on money, we'll put it right here. That's what that means, to be honest, with myself. with myself. I'm honest with myself. That bothers me. But just in case, I'm taking a chance. Just in case. And this would still be valid even if we did. I mean, you really don't want to break a neckline and then come back up. But hmm, I don't even want to think about this. I'm just going to delete it. But I am not in denial of anything. You long, Salty, you long too. I'm long too. So, um, I'm taking a chance right here because I think it's worth taking the chance. It's just, I just in case if something like that happens, then we'll know why it's happening and we'll be prepared to make some money lower if we can't make that money from here. So hopefully we can make the money from here and we're not looking at a double top with a closure below neckline and continuation down, something like that. It's hard to really see it from the 15-minute time frame because we could do this on the 15-minute time frame, but the higher time frames, if they're rolling over, then our 15-minute won't make a bit of difference. And I know that I mean, right now we do have the bullish divergence that has to be invalidated. So the only invalidation for that is not here. The invalidation is not here again. The invalidation is going to be right here. That's going to be the invalidation across the board. So we do that, then I mean, I'm not going to hold my long position all the way down there. Of course not. I will close it out. Below the low of where the entry, below here. It will be closed out below here. Um, but right now, stay long. And Salty, how you always get in at the best price? I, some days I'd be like, screw it. I'm just gonna DGen it. Some days I'd be like, you know what, let me wait for a little bit of confirmation. And neither way is right or wrong. So yeah, I might start back doing that. Um, but yeah. Cause I sat here and waited on the confirmation and yeah. We started hitting the little resistance in here and we slowing down a little bit. I waited for the confirmation here. I waited for the confirmation here. I wish I'd have just, yeah, DGN. Yeah, I mean, we have a chance to move up from 65K can be counted as an impulse. Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is not how I wanna start my morning. But if I can't do nothing else, I can manage my risk. Come on, previous day low and hold. Hold the line. I wish I was watching the daily low. And, 0.7 fib and just internal reaction. Oh, man. Speaking of daily, let me just push here a little bit in here. Oh, I don't have daily in here. Put it on in here. So you can see how we've been chopping the one in here, but this validated. I remember that we validated this move right here because we didn't get any bullish divergence on this one right here. So we've been chopping around about it, whatnot. I do think that we come down into this one right here, which coincides with this low over here until we validate that. And then the last one for me to look at is going to be all the way down here, which is going to be, yeah. So, I mean, right now, I have in here like our fast signal is soft. That's our fast signal, the cyan color, the green blue color right here, our fast signal through here. The red one, which is our implied signal, is really neutral. So I'm waiting on this to come down. And so when we get that, then we start to cross above that one, that'll make a difference. We were pushing above 100 in here, but yeah, we're still like I put in here, like a day or two, from really seeing anything off of the daily time frame. So I know we can go lower. There's no doubt about that. So from a daily perspective, I know that I'll be watching for this area in here, and it has to be a situation where we're doing a liquidity grab, so we're leaving behind another wick and not closing below here. So, like I said yesterday as well, it's the same thing I said yesterday. Looking to get the liquidity in here, my level would have to be moved in this situation because it doesn't take into account this bottom wick right here. It only takes into account where the body closure is at, just so I'll know when we're starting to push into it. Um, I mean, I see this. I don't think that this actually plays out to 30,000. I don't see that. I see the levels that everybody's talking about. I know the levels. I have them drawn out on my chart just in case. I don't think that that's gonna be the case in here. Not what I'm looking at on the weekly time frame, just sorta suggests something different, and this is not gonna play out like how how you take the poll and you put it in. I don't it doesn't seem that is gonna happen. It just seems far off. It really does. It really does. Now we can take this liquidity right here, but the rest of the move that everybody's anticipating, it doesn't seem like it does that. Maybe it does, and it does it with bullish divergence. That could be the thing that I don't see right now because I don't have all the information. But yeah, in here, like we're still not the daily still hasn't confirmed a move up right now, so I know we can go lower. And then you just look at it. Um, okay, way fast signal. Let's see. Take a look at that one and that one. And I just look at it like this. 'cause my main thing is really it's uh, the 100 and the red line right there, and it's above the red line that we wanna see above, but really the 100, I mean, like, right here, you're above the red line, and then, of course, our belows is not good. I'm still waiting on that. So below, above, it just depends on where we're at, and like I said, the 100s, of course, you know, below, above. Watching that, we still and I can go on and on and on for days on that, but we're at 108 right now. So we're still, like I said, about a day or 2 from the daily signal firing off, which means we can go lower before that happens. We can. Value area low. Yeah, golden pocket. Not bad. That little tweezer top is that double top. Mm, that tweezer top is that double top. I don't know why that is like that. Back below our ascending trend line, which is way different than this situation we had back here. Um, but like on that weekly, how you see that weekly staying green? For one, we've been holding the um standard one. We've been holding standard one right here. Got a happy belated birthday. Been holding the standard one right here. VWAP is down here at 39,883. I think I set this for ooh, let me see what I set this for. Decade. I set it for the decade, guys. I turned off the ones below. Um, I can turn them back on. But I did set it for the decade. So I turned off all of the lower ones in here just so it's easier to see. You can see how we came down to for standard one here for the decade mini, when we got this right here. And that's what we're holding on right now. And then, like I said, that VWAP reads 39. We're not going to no 40,000, in my opinion. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. I'm not gonna believe that. Not gonna believe we're gonna hit some 40,000. I just can't. Um, that just seems crazy. It is right here on the max pain. 40 dang on thousand. It's right down to max pain. But I'm looking at this right here. This is our lowest low right here. This is our lowest low, and we're at it. We came to our lowest low point on the RSI. This is our lowest low point right here. And we bounced away from that lowest low point, and then we crossed above our diagonal trend line, which I've gotten to where I use this a lot less because it's a lot less relevant. Um, and we've been hanging on to it. But this is our lowest low. Now we could, like I said, we could put in divergence, which would be like what we did over here. And we diverged a bit, like even though you can see that the momentum, it was there. It was showing that we had underlying strength. We still diverged. So maybe that happens here, but I don't see that happening all the way down to 40,000. I just don't see that. Anyway, see if we get a little pump. Little pump back up. That value area low, previous day low, golden pocket tap. We're trying to hold. Please let it hold. I cut my position size today also. I cut it on both of these moves over here as well, but I cut my position size because I don't know how the day is going to go. And 4 hours not looking good. So I do suggest that if we get to where we're trying to get to, at least in here, then we need to look for a short. I say we, like we're a team in this. Ooh, I see a full retrace down to 16K. Teresa, don't come in here scaring nobody. We had such a weak bull, so we'll see a strong there. We did have a weak bull market. That is true. Like you see the price action and it looks like it was very strong, but it had a lot of weakness. Yes, absolutely. We had a lot of weakness in the move to the upside. There's a few big players with the money to move the market and nothing more. I think a lot of retail was missing from the mix, and not that retail can actually sustain price action when we used to do back in the day. But you get what you wish for, and everybody wished for institutional involvement, and now we got it. And look at us, look at us, disastrous. At least for now, we'll see how it works out over time. Would be insanely brutal to get down there. I don't think we go past 45K. Yeah. Um, Reese said we are, and I hope we don't. I don't. Yeah. I don't think that that's going to happen personally. I don't see us being able to diverge that far. I mean, we can always break into new lows on the RSI, but The only thing that scared me on the, and I can see what Teresa's coming from too. The only thing that scared me was the, was it the monthly chart? Was it the 3 month? It may have been the monthly chart. Let me see if it was the monthly chart. No, it's not the monthly chart. It's the 3 month chart. So let me see if that data shows up in here. No. I know I have it. Yeah, it's the monthly chart. It's the monthly chart that scares the crap out of me. Now, I got it measured a lot lower than that. I doubt that we would ever see something like this. But this right here, this bugs the crap out of me. And when I looked at this and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, that's the first red candle we've had in forever. But it's just an indicator. I mean, we have to use our common sense too, right? It's just an indicator. And that didn't go too far. That wasn't too bad. I mean, that was bad for where it was back then. But this bothers me. And we're below this, and yeah, that would be our support down to here. And I can switch this up and even drop it down into here. That wouldn't happen to Bitcoin. It'd have to be some crazy crap that would have to happen. And I'm not fear mongering or anything like that, because I'm not implying that this is going to happen. It's just something to look at, to be, for me to be entertained by. I don't like this. And that's a fact. And it doesn't matter how you draw it out. I can take this away and I can just go with a regular trend line. It's broken. Do it like that. It broke way up here. Up here, it broke all the way up there. I can move it to whatever we need to move it to. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we broke it back here. This is the first red candle off of that, and we broke it. So what would happen that would cause that? I don't know. Maybe WW3. Stop it, what you laughing at. Yeah, that would be insane though. And I would go live in my car. Actually, on the streets. I don't know. I sell everything. If Bitcoin got down to something like that, I would sell absolutely everything. I probably still need a vehicle to sleep in. And then I get me a Planet Fitness membership and I go shower at Planet Fitness and use the Wi-Fi. Oh boy. That would be all in. All right, I'm still trying to hold that and check on Spidey. Spy this morning looked like it might try to. We looked at Spy yesterday. Um, while Bitcoin is still trying to hold our little zone right there. But we looked at SPY yesterday, and I said that I wasn't going to entertain SPY right here, even though we did a little break and a reclaim. We put in a little bit of a bullish divergence right here. Once we got the rejection from that VWAP right there, I'm really looking for SPY to come down a little bit more. But we'll see if that happens, because this, like I said, this right here is where SPY got every bounce from in here. Kind of like NVIDIA, but SPY got every bounce. There's a bullish divergence right here, so I got two lines from where the bullish divergence took place. But SPY bounced every time from here. But this time, of course, given the state of SPY, I expect for it to drop lower, and then I'll be looking at that one. So it'll start to look brutal on SPY if it happens. But right now, today might be a different day for SPY. We'll see. We'll see if that'll be the case for SPY. It's definitely not trying to get back above that VWAP, which it needs to do, get back above VWAP, make a difference. And then we finally grabbed that liquidity. Boy, we finally grabbed that liquidity that I was talking about in here off of NVIDIA, which doesn't look like it's prepared to actually go up just yet. So see if we continue to get a push down. I'm looking right here in this zone right here. I don't think that NVIDIA actually plays well with fixed ranges, like with volume ranges. I don't think that it does. It doesn't give two smackaroos about it. It was just cute on the chart, so I did it anyway. But we took that liquidity, all of this liquidity that was through here. Finally took it, including that low. Trying to see some sort of a reclaim. We may have actually had tapped into this one right here, which, as you know, it had been bouncing from here quite a while. And so then I'm watching that right there. See what I'm gonna do here with NVIDIA. I did buy some stock yesterday though. VIX is, of course, our resistance area for VIX. Let's see if at some point VIX might flip this into support. And if that happens, VIX will run up past this zone finally and maybe come into here. And then USDT dominance, of course. We hit our little resistance level in here on UT dominance. Ooh, you have no more hope. Hold on. I have no more hope after what I've seen them do. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that, Teresa. I hope that right now is a good time to buy though. I did start buying some stuff yesterday. Not in the crypto space. I haven't bought anything. I've just been trading Bitcoin. But in the stock market, I have bought some stuff. I bought Hood yesterday, and I bought some more Pony because I think that Pony is very undervalued, and that it's going to do well. But I bought some Hood yesterday. I posted that I bought it. And I put this on the weekly right here. I bought it and we bounced up. So pre-market 65.12. Take a look at that. But I bought some based on us being down this low, and then our first point right here of potential support right here. So I bought some right here, and then I'm gonna buy some more once price comes down to here, which this at that point we'd be putting in our full measured move down here into this trend line right here. And I just have a VWAP for every momentum line that I plotted. So every momentum line that I plotted has a VWAP, which you can see it makes a lot of sense when you do it that way. So we're at this one right now with this support right here, and then the last one So I got a limit order set for here. I had a limit order set on for Robinhood for 62, but it seemed like we were just not going to hit that immediately. And I had that limit order open for over a month. For a while, I've had that limit order open and we just weren't coming to it. And then I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? Just buy. Just buy. Just go ahead, cancel that and just go ahead and buy and then set a limit order for lower. So I bought some of that yesterday. And I bought Pony yesterday as well. Pony, I know, is at the 786. But Pony could, end up down here a little bit lower. It could. It might. Pony isn't that old. But this is Pony right here. So I'm like, okay, so as long as we're below this, I'm going to buy Pony. So that was my entry buy there. And if it drops lower, then I'll buy some more. It's undervalued. It is so undervalued. And Pony is I think it's a Chinese stock, a Chinese company, because I think I have to pay like a fee on this one as I hold it. Yeah, I think they make me pay a fee, but it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm thinking of it the way I'm thinking of how when I bought Palantir like that. So when I bought Palantir, a lot of people were thinking that it was going to go down way lower than where it was. And I looked at the chart and I was like, and I didn't know anything about it. I looked at the chart and I was like, shoot, I'm going to buy some of this. And I bought it. And I bought it at $13. And out of nowhere, that thing, I started selling early. I sold one time early, and then the rest of the time I sat on my hands. So I cut my position size and low on that one. But I think I'm thinking Pony is like a new. I hate to say Palantir, but if I had to compare it to something, it's gonna do good in my mind. In my mind. It's really hard with tariffs and the Middle East situation. It's really hard to know what we're gonna do. Not all of it can go to zero the way I were. The way we've been acting like cowboys, I don't know. All right, still chopping that value area low. Still chopping the previous day low. Maybe we're just trying to round out. That could be the thing right here. We're trying to round out. Hopefully it's before market opens. I don't think we had any data today to be concerned with. Let's see. We got Jolt's jobs, but that's at 10 a.m. And we don't have anything prior to that would be a concern as far as I can tell. Not today. Oh, did anybody see Powell's speech yesterday? I did. And Powell said it's not going to be good if we don't get our stuff together. Basically, that's what he said. He was like, we barely got one foot dangling over a cliff right now. We can put that foot back on top of the cliff, or we can fall off. We got jokes, and that's it today. Uh-oh. Hmm. I think we're just gonna start liquidity grabbing from here. I'm hoping not because I have my stop loss set for this low right here, and I hope that that's not going to be the case where we just start grabbing the liquidity and seeing these little, I don't know, slow down a little bit in here. Um, Hi, White Crypto YT. Good morning to you. Well, I took a long position here. I actually entered on this candle closure right here because we did a reclaim of momentum of the breakdown in here. And just looking all the way back here towards this low over here. But we've been struggling to get past the highs in here. So we've been hitting prior resistance or prior support as resistance at the moment. So I'm long right here and not strong, but I'm long and I'm hoping that we can get up here. And the only thing I don't like about the move right here is that we close below this pivot right here on the 15-minute time frame. So I was talking about the fact that we close below here and we could have a double top. Now it's a tweezer top. When we look out on our daily time frame, it's a tweezer top, which in essence is a double top. So um, we may we may not come up as high for this. So I just dropped the fib in here to at least get a retracement back into golden pocket, possibly 786, but golden pocket. Maybe we triple top in here or something like that. Um, Hopefully we get the move up again, long and hopeful. Salty's here and he's long too. Yeah, but oof. Yeah, volatility did salty. This thing I just saw though is that we're in between like standard deviation 1 and 2 on the Bollinger Band on the 1 hour time frame. So hopefully we do push on up and out through here. I'm glad it's picking up. Hopefully we break through that. Um, let's go. Come on, Bitcoin. You can do it. You can do it. So I saw this on the one. Um, Okay, so even here, we pushed above it on the 15. I know on the one, it was resistance. Let's see. Yeah. So on the one, we're tapping one as resistance. But we did get above it on the 15, but we're tapping it here. All right. So then that's lining up with standard one, but this range is fair game. So we could still push into here. We could still, and I would be ready to short again. Like I said, maybe a triple top, but if I can at least get that, I'd be happy. Why crypto YT? You came in and asked, so you must have brought some money in here. Oh boy. On Bitcoin. It's funny to me too. If you look at the liquidity heat map, how we've been front running the liquidity, like we'll tap clean down to it and we won't take it at the lows. We did that yesterday too, you know that. Okay, well today we actually did take it. It was yesterday when we did it that we didn't take it. All right, so we took it. Okay, we took it off of that drop. It was when I initially tried to take this SFP right here that we didn't take the liquidity below us. All right, we pushing. Love, can you make me some coffee, please? I was so hopeful for that 1 hour when I talked to you guys yesterday, and then I was like, I'm not so sure about it anymore. And I didn't think that we were going to get this full rotation up here, but we got it because when I posted yesterday, okay, we're going to bounce from here. We're going to bounce now. And I was like, but I don't know about the 1 hour anymore. So I was happy when we made it all the way up here. Yay, we making money. Let's go Bitcoin. At the mean, we have to keep pushing past this mean. I mean, we can still chop, but hopefully the mean doesn't cause us a problem. Hopefully we never come back and hit this one. I keep it there though. And this was just around our prior resistance level. Let's see. Ooh, disliked us. The worst thing that could happen would be a mean rejection, and that's when you get bad sell-offs. So hopefully not. MACD and Delta still pushing up. Did you take it, Y Crypto YT? We just hit the 50. I'm sorry, the 20 SMA. That's what that was. 20 SMA tap. Um, Same thing as the mean here. So we're just not pushing past the mean right now. That's all. Just a formality, hopefully. But that is what we hit. 20 SMA at the same time as hitting the RSI mean. Do I want to move my stop? If anyone took the entry lower, then you're pretty good. I took it on this candle close, which puts me more at risk. I'm just trying to think if I should move my stop up into here. Only reason why I'm thinking that is because that would, let's see, that would mean the 1 hour candle flips red for my entry. It's green right now, but this is the same entry. Well, actually, it's right here. This is the same entry right here. So that means this candle, it gets obliterated. Do I just leave the stop right here and just, that's what a stop loss is for, right? The invalidation. Just thinking about that though. Oh, okay, you missed it. Well, a short will be coming into play. Nothing else. A short will be coming into play. Is that a 3822? Let's check and see if that was a 382 as well. God dang it. On the dime. On the dime. Hmm. All right, it's just a wait and see right now. Yeah, a new 4-hour candle is going to open here too in the next 30 so minutes. So we shall see if I should be bearish on the 4-hour. I don't know. Will you make me some coffee, please? I've been asking you forever. All right, so see if we're gonna get past here. here. I'm leaving my invalidation for the low. Hopefully. I'm trying to wait for a full TP as opposed to taking some partial profits already. But I could. Hmm. 67, 81. I don't like how we're stalling in here. The only thing that could happen, it's okay if it does happen. I really wasn't in the mood for it. I don't think nobody's in the mood for losing any capital or anything like that. But, is if we do roll over from here, because that would be a hard rejection. A mean rejection is really like the worst. We didn't do so bad on that last mean rejection we got, but if you look back to the left, is like the worst. So that could mean we either come down and take this liquidity finally, and then we get a pop up, or we lose that and then we come down and we take out this low down here. And maybe roll back up. If not, uh-oh. If not, today could be one of those days. It could be a nasty day. So we gotta, not necessarily a mean reversion right here, because we did push up above the mean quite a bit before we tumbled down right there. We did a mean reversion right here. We got the rest of this move down right here. We did one right here, but we didn't do too bad right there. We did one right here. I hate a mean reversion, and that was the worst. So we could do something like this one. Down to that 786. If the 4 hour is really crappy. RSI still looks fine on the 4 hour time frame. It's something else I'm looking at on it. But anyway, I will be looking to engage in a new short. I think that's going to be a little bit more promising today. coffee time for sure. Come on, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Oh, we're just in a range on the 1 hour. We sure are. I just noticed it. So it's this high to this low. It's just still in a range. Charmaine, on my birthday yesterday. We're doing all right, Salty. But I got more green than red. More positive than negative. I don't think this is useful. It's not large enough of a zone. But um, I guess we'll find out if we just do a sweep right here on that 1 hour. We're just doing a sweep of their range high. Or if this was an 3 inside up. It's been like one of my favorite patterns, 3 inside up. That, the high wave and advanced block. Those are my 3 favorite patterns in Bitcoin right now. They have been consistently showing up everywhere. If you don't know what a 3 inside up or a 3 inside down is, I tell you, it is this. It's simply more food. Thank you. It is simply an inside bar, but it's one. So it consists of the 3 candles, and that's what we have right here. 3 inside up. Let me turn that off. So it's one full body candle like that, an inside candle, a harami, pregnant, inside candle right here, and then the 3rd candle pushes up and takes out the mother bar. That's the 3 right there. We had another one right here, which wasn't, and you can see how it swiped the liquidity instead of closing outside of it, but that's another 3 inside up right there. This had the potential of being one right here, but the 2nd candle wasn't aggressive. It was just a inside bar range right there. And that's one of my favorites right there. It's showing up quite a bit here on the, yeah, it shows up quite a bit. My other one is advanced block, which I tend to see in the 4 hour quite a bit, which is, it looks like this right here. And it's a reversal signal where you have a large candle and then you start getting a top and tail, set of top and tails through here. I usually look for 3. But it looks similar to this right here. And this was consistently showing up all the time, back. It was back in here, I believe we were seeing like the advanced block quite a bit. It was regularly occurring in the chart, but it looks similar to this right here. I like that, and I like high wave, but I don't see, well, this right here you could say is, and it looks similar to an advanced block, but a high wave is where you have long doji looking candles like that, where both sides, you come from it can happen to the upside and to the downside, but you start doing that, it's a reversal signal. Anyway, I'm just talking because Bitcoin is making decisions right now, and it's not looking our best. It's not looking our best. Yikes. Hmm. I got coffee now. Hmm. It's not looking good. And I know that I only have a few minutes left because it's going to come into 8 o'clock here. So I'm just going to reinstate this right here. I mean, we already know the levels that we're going to be looking for. But one thing to keep in mind that's very important right here. I mean, like I said, we did get the closure below here. That's a bad sign right there. Just getting the closure below here because that means that we broke market structure a bit in here. Um, so that's why I wasn't looking for us to get too far on the move instead. But if for some reason we are doing a rejection here, we want to see the liquidity get taken. So we want to see a nice reaction with the liquidity being taken. But a closure below the low in here, a closure below the body, just right here, that confirms the weakness. So if we're closing below here, not a wick, but a closure, that confirms the weakness. So we could guarantee at that point a continuation down. We could at some point end up, if not today, tomorrow, end up down here at that 786 location, which, like I said, you would have to move. I don't know what yours is set like. Mine is set like for the body and not the actual wick, just so I can see when we start to push into liquidity. That could be the thing. Last time I said that I think that the 15-minute a bounce before we get that far, we didn't. So I don't want to say that again. Um, and I think it was that rollover right here. I was like, we're gonna bounce before that, and we didn't. We got these little petty moves like that, but we did not do what I thought that we would do before going all the way. I still have a little bit of my short open. I took more profits off of it yesterday. I took more profits out of it. So I know I'm really down to nothing on it. So I'm not gonna add. I'm just gonna work off of that, I guess. Um no, it really doesn't look good. 15-minute support is still supposed to be right here. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like the 4 hour right now. The candle's about to close in like 9 minutes, 10 minutes, or something like that. So um I guess I'll see what happens when that candle opens. But I'm really not liking the 4 hour candle. 4 hour time frame, I'm sorry. 4 hour time frame. because we've only put in bear divs on the 4 hour ever since we got that initial pop to the upside. Mm-hmm. And you can see where that liquidity is. It's just below. Um, it's actually below here, below this body right here. Right here. So it's 48 hour. 24. Yeah. It's that liquidity down there. Yeah, so when that happens, oh boy. Do we have anything on CME? I know we didn't yesterday when I looked at it. Oh, point of control. Dang it. No, we don't have anything on CME. Hmm. Oh well. Correct. Yeah. That is absolutely correct. That was point of control rejection, 382 rejection, mean rejection. Don't mean we can't get above it, but that is exactly what that is. I'm gonna draw it from this consolidation right here. Okay, so no. How did I get you? It seemed easier when I did it from here. It would be above it. How do I have it drawn out on that other chart then? It must be coming from something totally different. It's just pretty old back here. And I just didn't change it. Hmm. I can't figure it out right now. I would never draw it out like that, but it made sense. Let me see. Try to figure it out. March 19th, 15. March 19th, 15th. It doesn't read like that on Binance chart. I did the exact same thing that it read on Blowfin chart. It read March 19th, 1545. It doesn't read like that here. So maybe it's just a Blowfin thing. Okay. Yeah, it might just be a Blowfin thing. He said, taking 25%. That's a good idea, Salty. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. It is a good idea to take some partial profits out of this just in case it does not fulfill. Instead of being 100% greedy, I am being 100% greedy right now. I'm not going to kid you. And this is why we lose a lot of trades when we do lose anybody who's listening, is because we get greedy. Not that we didn't have a winning trade, because right now we winning. won't be winning if I don't take some profits out of this thing. So I should at least take partial profits. Thank you for making me come to my senses, Salty. Money is money. I still haven't pulled that trigger yet. I'm about to. I am so about to pull the trigger. I promise you. It's gripping my emotions right now. Oh Lord. I was looking at something in the chart. It's like, hold on, hold on. Oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. All right. I did it. I, I really had to press that button. I really, oh my gosh. I really did not want to hit that button. I would not lie. Alright, I'm gonna prove I took some partial profits. It reads closed. I took I took some partial. That was hard. Oh man. I really want to be greedy today. And today is not the day to be greedy. But I saw something in this 15-minute chart that told me I can hold out a little bit. All right. Let's see. I took it. Oh, I'm sweating over here off of that one. That was really hard. And it shouldn't have been, but it was. Getting beside myself today. All right. Come on, Betty. All right. It's just a pretty significant resistance area. You can all see it. That's basically what it boils down to. It's just a lot of resistance right here. You can see how many times we rejected through here. It's just a strong resistance point that if we can break above it, we can rapidly get into this golden pocket. But it is just resistance, 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 resistance. And that's it. Nothing more resistance. We get through it. We're good. We reject, then you know what to expect. I'm gonna watch this. I doubt that this one will work, but I just want to put it on here. For later. My lowest point in here is still um, a 9.44. Be extremely oversold, but that'll happen if the I said oversold. I said don't say that word. Relatively weak. Relatively weak if we do it. Um, but that would be something that could happen based on 4 hour. So we had just tapped 20, obviously, because that's what that was, 20. And I figured we were going to get that low too, because yesterday we got way too high. Way too hot yesterday up here. It's way too hot. I thought yesterday we had made it too. When we it's still doing the same thing. It's just not following through. Like 1 hour is still doing this cloud drop, but it's just not following through. And yesterday when we broke above, because that was the first time we'd actually started trading back above that scale. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to make of this 1 hour. Like I want to feel confident in this 1 hour time frame. I really, really do. No follow through on the 1 hour. Huh. No follow through. And that's why I had to recant my statement on the 1 hour yesterday in my tweet. I've never gotten this mixed signal before. It's weird. Let me take a look at EMAs. Just want to see what they look like. Ah, not good. So what? It's a 200 EMA rejection. Could already see it from the Bollingers, but I didn't realize it was a 200 EMA rejection. I hadn't really paid attention to ribbons too much. So we know we're going lower. I mean, obviously, daily is not ready yet, but it will be. But it doesn't hurt to catch the bounces in between. Did I not fix this yesterday? Okay, that was after. Hold on. That was after. Okay. Mm, I don't need this. I will move it to top. We look like garbage. Thank you, Salty, for that encouragement. I needed that. It's time for me to go. I needed that encouragement because we look like garbage. We're gonna fall. We're gonna fall. I should have known that when we got that close below here, and I did. I just figured we could push up a little bit more. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. So, um, that's just what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm gonna be looking for the liquidity through here to get taken. This liquidity in here, and this liquidity right here. And I don't know how much moving down will do today, but I know I'll be taking a long from down here. I know that much is true. I will not be counting on the 786 to hold again because it sits with the liquidity. And this isn't the low of the liquidity right here. It's not the low, it's just the start of getting into the liquidity. Liquidity actually sits slightly below the 786. So don't expect for 786 or the pocket of that 786 to actually hold price action. Expect for us to break through it and then reclaim. It seems like a long drop for today. It's possible. It seems like a lot in looking at this time frame. But we're not going up. That's clear. Real money is here today, not like yesterday or the weekend. Um, 382 just means bearish is crap. 382 again, mean rejection. Ugh. Yeah, guys, I love you. Dang. 382 and a mean rejection. It's that new 4-hour candle that opened up. We did break some boundaries on the 4 RSI. You can see the RSI is still holding right now. That's an easy flip at this point. It just don't look right. So I still left my my stop loss there. I did not move my position to break even. I did get a little bit of profit out of it. If I take a L right here, it'll be a very small one because I don't even think that I got to a one to one to break even based on my entry. So, oh, well, it actually is the fee that they throw in there on me. It's the fee. The fee messed me up. It would be break even, but since I had to pay the fee, I would give the market a small profit, and I just have to share that with you tomorrow. If we do fail in here, it doesn't look promising. I can say that much. It doesn't look promising. Mm-mm. Full flag. It's the third candle. Within that mother bar on the 1 hour. Turn that 382 off because I know that that's where it is at the range high of that 1 hour. So whatever happens in here should be an explosive move. You can't tell it from Bollinger's because they're not tightening, but it is coiling in here. Let's see about volume. Got no volume. And I'm just looking at us chop this signal. This is a slow signal, but it is a very powerful signal, but it's a slow one. That is this high. That is that high. We're nowhere near that. Not really paying attention to this point right here, but that is what that is. That is that high. It's not really a high to me. That's what that is. I mean, in essence, we have a bear diff. it's not one that I would actually go with. Excuse me. Thank you, my crypto YT. All right, guys. I'm going to take a leave from here. If we get there, we get there. If we don't, we don't. It doesn't look the strongest, in my opinion. 4 hour did cross some boundaries. I mean, all we can do is hope that they get regained, and if not, then we already know what we're looking for to the downside. So I will update on X from here. I appreciate uh, the lesson and staying mature and taking profit and all of that good stuff. Um, and yeah, I mean, I just have to share the update tomorrow or later on X if if this invalidation comes into play. You're probably just waiting on market to open, which is about an hour out. I don't know how long we're going to stay in this range. We are coiling again like that. That is again like the third candle to open up within that mother bar on the 1 hour time frame. So we are seeing some coiling in here. Hopefully it's not just a sweep of liquidity off of the top and then a drop again back into that 382, which would be a horrible rejection point. Not really interested in, I mean, this. It's not, it didn't, I mean, yeah, not necessarily interested in that. In its essence, it is a bear div, but just hold on to it. It hasn't hit the invalidation. If I can get it, then again, I didn't enter until here on that, and my stop loss is exactly set for that stop. So let me just make that known. It is exactly set for that stop. And if I can get into here, oh, I really need a 3-1. I ain't gonna lie, I need a 3-1. Okay. I'm trying to make it a 3-1. Anyway, that's as good as I can get it. So if I can get that, I can get that. That'd be great. So it wouldn't be too much more to go if I can get that. I really hate looking at it like this, but it keeps you straight if you do that. Sometimes I just won't do it, but it does keep you in line. I think the 1 hour is rejecting at the mean also. It was up here a little bit more. It looks like it's rejecting right around that point as well. Almost makes me want to open a new short position. I can't do that right now though. Check this back again. SPY's back at the VWAP. So it's still up this morning. That's pre-market stuff. But it is at VWAP. It still is up. We got a gap down there. Come back in for that gap, possibly. It would be a bear div just like we have on Bitcoin, from what I can tell. I don't think markets are open the latter part of this week. VIX is in this zone right here. Like I said, VIX might have the potential of flipping this into support. We'll see. If that happens, today's going to be a terrible, terrible day. I hate to sound negative. It really has the potential to flip this. And then S&P, SPY, CTF, back at the VWAP right here. Looking to put in a bear div. Maybe. It might. Unless it gets some sort of explosive move like this candle right here. But I'm thinking, look at this. Pop back up. It's gonna let you know if we actually do flip this. it'll be a crappy day. $15 looks a little better. How are we gonna make it? We just swiped that liquidity from that mother bar right there. We barely swiped it, but you can see that little peak above there. We barely swiped it, but we took it. And there. Let me see. Okay. I know I said goodbye like 5 times already. Just wanted to see this through. All right, I'm gonna stay in until market opens, and then I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna stay until market opens. I'm not feeling confident here. We don't have any volume on this move, and clear resistance through here. It just looks like a failed attempt. Or easy manipulation until market opens, basically. I'm waiting on the 4-hour to confirm the rollover, which doesn't look good, but it still hasn't flipped. Hasn't flipped yet. Which is why I'm not going to engage the short just yet. I could wait for the confirmation. I could make an attempt right here. We could still push in a little bit more in here, maybe about a 50 if we do. Right now, that 382 is pretty solid. Swept the liquidity from the 1-hour candle bar, which again, that's all I'm looking at right here is the 1-hour, because we were coiling in here within this large bar right here, this red candle right here. Everything has been inside this red candle right here with a little bit of a sweep of that candle right there. And just a major resistance area. And that's it. It's just a major resistance area. That's actually the start of, yeah, just major resistance area. That's the start of the actual resistance on the daily. Right there. That's the start of that high volume node right here. So it's just major resistance. considering that short. So there's a 5-wave move up on the 15-minute. Shaq, you're interested in a long or a short? I wouldn't be interested in a long right here because we're at resistance. If you were going to take a short, then that would be your place to take the short. Honestly, it would be right here where we are right now if you were going to take a short. In terms of where your stop loss would go, that's going to be the thing because your invalidation will be far off. And this, on a short, that would be what I would do. And then your invalidation would have to go right here, just slightly above this fair value gap right here. That wouldn't be too shabby. Now I would be looking for definitely this liquidity right here to be taken. It's a better risk to reward if you were to do this, as opposed, and then you might even get this out of it. But I would definitely look for that liquidity right there to be taken. It is a better decision to take this as a short if you're going to get in. I mean, if you didn't take that before we got this rejection, then that's how you would have to do this. But it's not a place to long. The long would have been down in here. It's a short from here because it's resistance. So it's going to be good if that plays out. Which, it just seems like the probability right now. Again, let me drop this in a little bit more because you're taking the liquidity from here. And then, like I said, may even be able to push it in further. I will make that a TP. I mean, and with the no volume, and the liquidity sweep from the range. Bearish fair value gap. Yeah, that's bad. I don't think I really need that anymore either. We swept the liquidity off of that top. I'm gonna do a hedge. I should have did it when it was up there a little bit more for the hedge short, but I am going to do it now. Shouldn't have been so late about making that decision. And I'm going to stick with that stop loss just above the 50% of the fair value gap. You shouldn't do more than that. And doing more than that, then it's a problem. But I decided to go with the different exchange so I don't affect the short that I already have on Blowfan. And so I would just get stopped out of this one if that happens. So I did enter a small position size in here on the short. feel like I need it to. I don't like it. So yeah, should have been faster with pulling the trigger. And I'm going to adjust my stop loss to break even, and I'm gonna move it from where I had it at before. So I move my stop loss up. It's still below my entry, but I will break even. So I move my stop up to the low here. So previous day low, and I would get stopped out there, and then I'd be looking to take profit on the short as we come in. As we come in. If we come down, stop loss. Okay. See what happens. and this is a hedge short for me. We don't have a violation over here yet on the 15-minute. You can see it still looks decent, still decent, but I'm going to short this resistance and see what happens. Um, it is some strong resistance. Yeah. One hour is not so bad. It's not so bad. Only thing I can say about the 1 hour is that we in here, the only thing I can see that we broke was diagonal momentum, but that would have been something like this right here, and we're back testing that now as resistance. That would be it. Otherwise, it would have needed to be set like this, but that did get broken. That was broken. So obviously we lost some strength to the downside and we closed below that low. That's what I know. We'll have to reclaim back above here. Essentially reclaiming back above the mean and push up. Otherwise, it will be a rejection and we will continue down in favor of that short position. So it'll be just like we were on the daily time frame. You remember how we were on the daily when we broke the diagonal resistance, we came back up, we tested it as support, and we came back up and retested it as resistance. That would be the same situation in here unless we flip back above it. So it'll be just like right here when we broke our momentum to the upside right here, and we came back and we retested it as a resistance. We did not come back above it, and we rolled over. That's what we have on the 1 hour right now. Is that same scenario right here? So I do see that it's not a crappy 1 hour time frame, with the exception of that. And the 4 hour, only thing I can say about the 4 hours is that we have been putting in bear divs. That's it. Like we put in a bear div, put in another bear div. We have not. We have a little bullish divergence right here that hasn't been invalidated yet, which is what we're looking for down here, which is a closure below this low. We did the liquidity sweep according to this time frame. This isn't a bad time frame, but I mean, we know that we've just put in repeat bear divs on the 4 hour, but it could be a trap. It could be a trap. And the only thing I can think of us doing in here is some sort of a megaphone broadening formation through here. Looks kind of, I don't know, funky. Let me see if it adds up. It does. It does add up. So it's probably some sort of a, if it is a megaphone, if that is, I mean, I hate to use that low right here. I don't really have anything else to use aside from that. I don't know if it makes sense for me to take that out and go with this. It would still be a megaphone, but the low of the megaphone is usually down like that. So it's usually an open mouth. That's not. Somebody's lip is somebody's laughing in my own head. Somebody's lip is closing. I don't know. But I would have to take that liquidity grab out of the equation. I'm gonna leave it on that though, just in case. I don't know if that happens. That was very consistent at the top though. That's very consistent. Let's see. That's how I see the 4 hour. That we have a megaphone. All right. Let me not extend this so I can. Oh, up here. I do see us just sitting inside this pocket. And just stayed inside this pocket so far. I'm gonna end up adding to this short position. just because we have below average volume, which volume can change, but because it is below average volume, I think I just want to add to it. I increased my loss, of course, but um, I'm gonna wait for it to come up. If it comes up a little bit more, I'm gonna add to it. Sweet. Really pushed into that fair value gap that time. Interesting. All right. And I added, as we pushed into there a little bit, I added a little bit more Bitcoin to the short position um, to give myself a better entry since I really did prolong making that decision beforehand. So I don't mind. Stop loss stays the same. I don't mean no shenanigans can't happen in here because all the shenanigans can happen. Pretty good resistance though. Just see. Pretty good resistance, and we're not seeing it's no volume to the upside or downside, so it really don't matter. There's no volume. Below average. So it really doesn't matter. Won't know till market opens, but we're so below average. And that was another liquidity sweep right here. We're squeezing. Are we squeezing? No, we're not. It doesn't look like we're squeezing, at least not from this 15-minute. All right, about 10 minutes, and then market will open, and I guess Bitcoin will decide, where that volume is gonna go. It's still very purple, very purple. No flipping colors or anything like that in here right now. But all it takes is that little head and shoulder. It's just a 50-50. What did I say the EMAs look like over here? Not that these matter. Don't really matter that much. Okay, so that was Asia low we took. should have thought about that. I didn't even think to click on this thing. Some of them just sitting over here to be sitting over here. We should have to pay attention to that earlier when I made that first attempt on that long right here. That was the Asia low, Asian session low. Made sense. Right, 6 minutes. See what SPY is doing right now. Still rejecting off of that VWAP. Doesn't mean it can't break higher, because it can, but right now it is in the midst of rejecting from that VWAP. And change this back to a liquidity area to move this. Uh-oh. 4 minutes till market opens. VIX is still just chilling in that prior resistance area that could be flipped into support. Of course, VIX is still sitting there, girl. VIX ain't even moving right now. Of course, it's still sitting in there. I'm so special right now. Market's not open. Oh, jeez. Somebody help me. It's so ridiculous. I'm like, VIX is still sitting there. Of course, VIX is still sitting there. VIX ain't not going to be moving while market is closed. Oh, Lord have mercy. And nobody, Salter didn't even tell me that this morning. Like, oh, you do know that VIX is not moving at all, honey. That was from yesterday. Oh, Lord. I'm having a brain fart right now. messed up my chart again. I was going to take a look at gold and silver, but that chart got messed up. I haven't looked at oil today. I'm sitting here waiting on that. I have not looked at it. And CLU, baby. Oh, I didn't realize that oil had made it out up past the resistance this time. So we got up above all of that. Well, let me fix this chart. The little session stuff showing up in the background. I didn't realize that we had got above that value area high and took out this liquidity that was through here, but we did. We did. So there's still a little trading happening right here. That volume is increasing over there above this high. Interesting. I see a little pop out of Bitcoin right there. Let me put us back on Biddy. Let's see what's going to happen with this trade. Either one. All right. Still not seeing any volume kick in just yet. Kind of flat here. Ooh, I see the 1 hour trying to make a flip. 1 hour trying to make a flip. I still don't see the volume. Here comes the irritating moment of where if you get stopped out and you get stopped out with no volume, they just took your money and that's it. That's the crappy part about what could happen right in here. Because we still have no volume. Be one of the moments where you look at the chart and you're like, well, I'm going to cancel this stop. But we can't do that. Even if it is a trashy move, we can't do it. Because we can't do it. Market can do whatever it wants to do. And they're always going to have more money. So submit. Come on, Bitcoin, please make a decision. Like I said, volume isn't there. We still didn't pick up any volume. We're starting to pick some up now. So a little bit of activity right now. I'm starting to pick up a little bit of volume. It's still low, but it's increasing. It is increasing. And see, it is doing a little bit more than it was doing earlier. I'm actually rooting for the short right now because I've already taken some profit out of the long over here. And if it comes down, then I would just get stopped out at break even. And since I added to this short, that's why I'm rooting for it. But we still ain't doing much of anything right now. One hour keeps trying to flip back up. I see the point where it changes to, like I said earlier, with that trend line that was broken. So reclaiming back above that is going to be a big ordeal for the 1 hour time frame. A lot of green kicking in, looking like a pine tree right now. Only thing I can say right here, if you're somebody who's more bullish than bearish, and you did not enter along, off support, which support is basically the value area low. That same golden pocket tap, which is just the top side of this box right here. So that same golden pocket tap, previous day low, whatever. I still don't like this because we closed below it. But if you didn't take the low, take a long entry down here, and you were wanting to take one, your best option is going to be to wait for price action to flip this resistance. So you don't want to take a long into resistance. It's just not what you do. You want it to flip the resistance and come back and back test that resistance and hold that resistance as support like we did over here. It didn't give us much of a move right here, but that could happen where we break above it, come back test it, and hold it as support. And then you'd be looking to enter into a long position based on that. I don't yeah, maybe we would get into here and then it could come back and do that. If it's going to go, I don't like any of this in here. Volume absolutely picked up. It absolutely picked up in here. That's a good thing. I see. Let's see. Maybe we get it. I definitely would not rely on EMAs because even though those EMAs are sitting through here, it doesn't matter. Um, it hasn't mattered a single time. We've broken through all of them. I was just looking at that 1 hour. So like in here, even if I'm looking at it like this, like it hasn't mattered. So I wouldn't rely on EMA trading if I was you. It hasn't mattered because short-term moves is the only thing that's been mattering. So the short-term moves, you can see how we're tapping into those two EMAs right there. But in the short term, we can break through all of these and still push up through there just like we did over here. So only thing that's mattering right now really is those first two, and the rest of it isn't mattering. It's just been these. And there it moves. There it moves. About to stop that out. It is about to stop that out. That feels lucky, but it's not because it's shouldn't you. You don't want to be above the midpoint of a fair value gap. That's an invalidation point for me. So that means that it can push through and continue in here. But it's short-term moves that don't have any substance, but they're still short-term moves. So anyway, we're there. I think that let's see. I think that stopped it out right there. It's about to. All right, that stopped me out fully on that short position. I will share that. That L. A lot of volume came in right there too. So we did get a lot of volume on that break above that mid range right there. Still resistance, but nonetheless, it stopped out the short. I would not encourage moving that stop or holding through that position. I see the rejection. I don't like that. But that's the L I took right there. And I added to it too. So that's the L. That was not quite a full fill. You better keep going up. I am not with the shenanigans. Don't take my money and then try to roll over. I hate that mess. My volume did kick in. Oh my God, this was so pissed me off. It was so pissed me off if we do that. I'm not going to re-enter. I'm not doing it. But gosh, that would just really piss me off. And that happens, like, but you have no control over it. Sometimes the market will take your money and go in your direction, but I'm not going to touch it again. That was a pretty good rejection because we still hitting resistance, but I won't tap it. I won't touch it again until it actually confirms. We're green. Everything but the daily, which is to be expected. I'm going to short it though. I'm going to let it get into here and see what we look like once we get into there. All right, as we come into my, let's see what that did. Okay, nothing. We good there. All right, so long is still going. The remainder of the long is still going. I'm probably going to close out the entire thing. As soon as we get, if we get into relative strength, which is going to be above 70. I mean, even if we came back up to this one right here, I'd be happy to close out. If RSI gets back to a 76, I definitely will be closing it out and looking to take a short entry. And hopefully that lines up with either the golden pocket or the 786. Probably won't line up with the golden pocket. Could line up with the 786. And at that point, I will be looking to entertain some sort of a short position and see how that goes. But with that said, it's been fun. I took an L on the short position attempt, but we was at resistance. That's what you do. You short resistance, you long support. So still holding the piece of long right here, which I look forward to, again, if we get extremely euphoric in here. I don't know if I buy it. I don't buy it. I don't know that I buy it. That means that 4 hour is going to come up with bearish divergence again. I will have to insist on taking the short. I wanted to go to sleep last night, so I didn't take that one. Um, but that's where we're at. I really appreciate you for joining me today. I am Down to Crypto TA. You can follow me on X at Down to Crypto TA. When it really, 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 really looks like we got something, because right now we're just in the middle of nothing. We're in the middle of nothing. But when it looks like we really, really, really have something, I will tweet it. Okay. So you can follow me on X if you so choose to at Down to Crypto TA. But what I'm gonna watch for right now, like I said, it's gonna be right here where this golden pocket 786 is, and see how that lines up with this push up. That's gonna be a lot for this 15-minute time frame. It's gonna be a lot. Looks decent still. All purple. Back to purple. Still purple. It's just that just daily right now. And the reason I said 72 is because we came up extremely high here. Bearish would be not being able to come above here, and RSI is already, in peak euphoria. So we put in a bear div is what I'm looking for. Essentially, I said all that to say I'd be looking for a bear div right here. So if we put in a bear div in here, which could mean that the RSI is up here and price action doesn't match with the high in here. Could mean that. Could be that. I will be looking for a short position based on that, and based on the fact that, like I said, the 4-hour time frame would or could simply, you see how we pop back above that mean? Ugh, disgusting. I hate that. Anyway, support still being held. I'm just gonna look for the bear div, and then I'm gonna take a short off of that. And I'll post it on X again. Let me say goodbye. 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 Oh boy. And I will see you tomorrow.